Kyle, congratulations. 2 matches in a row over super wily, crazy to wrestle. Jason Nolf, first one, he got the only takedown, but you Dr. Daked him, right? You're smart. You understand the rules. You're really good at owning the center. Everybody's afraid of the chest strap.
Yeah.
And you outgame everybody.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Why are you such a genius when it comes to match strategy, mat IQ?
It's just preparation, really. Belief in myself and belief in my coaches that I know what to do when I'm out there. And everyone's gonna have a different game plan coming in. And if you try to come attack me, gets my counter offense going, and makes it so I can score a lot of points. And Jason did a good job of keeping me off top. It's not probably, I don't know how many, but a lot of my points come from parterre. So he had a good game plan, and going out and wrestling smart for 6 minutes is the key. Controlling center like you're talking about, controlling the tie, trying to control the pace. But they had a good game plan.
No, you weren't college teammates, but Yanni was up here earlier, and he was talking about some magic shoes he's going to have.
Yeah, he's got some magic shoes coming. Pretty cool.
And then I saw Nick Gallo showed me a couple pictures of you.
Yes, sir.
With magic shoes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, both Yanni and I are going to have shoes coming out. Mine's a little bit closer to game ready. They're still working on his, but they're going to be pretty cool. They're going to be very reminiscent of a shoe that I wear a lot. So, they're a really comfortable shoe. They did a really good job putting it together. It's not easy in these times, supply chain issues and things like that. But sports come around and they've done a really good job. And I'm really happy. I get to go home and test out a new prototype. So, make some final changes and then get after it.
So I think we've all talked about it with Yanni and a couple other guys. Speak to the level of that growing RTC you got.
Yeah, I've been there for, since 2013, so 9 years, just as an RTC guy. And, trying to get guys in, moving them in and out, and really what we've had to do is develop young talent. We had, obviously, I've been there, but a guy like Gabe Dean came out of retirement for me and then threw his hat in the ring. We got Yanni and Vito. I think we have 3 other guys on world teams. We have a Greco world team guy, Phil Mooney. We got Vinny Cornella, who's on a junior world team. Jacob Cardenas is on a world team, and then Yanni and myself so far. So I think Yanni's probably going to be pulling double duty. I think he's going to go to the senior world championships and then U23s.
Kyle, where do you feel like you're still progressing the most at this stage of your career?
You can always enhance your mental game, your emotional game, your preparation. Can always get better. I was saying this the other day is, I've climbed the mountain of being a world champion several times, and every time it's different. And I look back at my journey and I see, okay, this was a little bit different here. I'm going to fix that. And then on the way up, I stumble a little bit. And my version of stumbling is probably different than a lot of people's version. So you got to hold yourself to a really high standard and continue to progress and improve. So that's what I'm looking to do, and heading to Serbia, do the same thing, progress and improve.
Sorry, talking about your journey, go back to Lansing when you were a young kid growing up. Wrestling on the biggest stage in the world, right? Did you think that back in the day? And how big is it for that area, Section 4 area?
Yeah, Section 4 we had a pretty good breeding ground of talented wrestlers. Upstate New York has produced a lot of really tough guys. And I always took it one step at a time. I never looked too far ahead, mostly because I was so laser focused on what I was trying to do. And I feel like there's times where some kids will have big dreams and all of a sudden they don't jump there right away and they're upset. Like, well, why wasn't I able to do it? It's like, well, it's gonna take some time. I contemplated retirement in 2016. Had I done that, I would be a 0-time world champion, 0-time Olympic medalist, 0-time world team member. So sometimes you just got to gut it out and stick it out and continue on your path. Everyone's got their own path. Just stay on as long as you can.
Talking about sticking out, you stayed right there in that area, right? How big is that for you, just to be home all the time?
Yeah, it's awesome. My parents are a mile away. My in-laws are 4.5 miles away. So, I'm close to everybody. I know everybody in the town. Everyone's there to support me. We had a big parade after the Olympics, and everyone came out to support. Shut the main road down, which isn't that main, but yeah. So being a part of Lansing, being a part of Section 4, being a part of that community, Ithaca community, Cornell community, has been really special for me.
In 2012, you're behind me screaming at this event in Times Square, Beat the Streets, right? I don't know if you remember it.
I don't know who I was screaming at.
It was like Freyer bombed the Russian
that
dude.
was probably, I remember that, and it was.
You were right behind me. I was calling the match, and I remember that. With Beat the Streets, it's always like they bring it here. It's this Times Square, USS Intrepid, right? I think they did maybe Grand Central Station.
Yeah, I wrestled there.
It's, I mean, you know what I mean? It's such a special event. You get the job done here. First off, what's Beat the Streets mean to you to be able to come here to New York City and you're from New York?
Yeah, Beat the Streets is awesome. Great organization. I always try to support them the best I can every step of the way. I try to wrestle in all their events. Doesn't always happen, but I'm always trying to get out there and support. It's done something incredible for inner city youth, and it's a shining star in the sport of wrestling. And I can't thank the people who are behind the scenes enough, making it all happen, because wrestling is, it's a lifestyle. We talk about it all the time, and once you've wrestled, everything else is easy. But at the same time, it just gives you that skill to move forward and push through. You're working a job that you don't really want to be on. You push through, and then after work, you push through and try to get your side hustle until you can be where you want to be. And I think that's what Beat the Streets is teaching these kids, to go out and pursue big dreams, and they're just giving the opportunity. So big thanks to Beat the Streets.
And no revenge chance for you. You talked about that, right? No Russia. Who's the other one that's not
Belarus.
Belarus, and that's the two guys ahead of you, right?
Yep.
You knew you had to get it done here at Hulu Theater. You get it done.
Yep.
Now, obviously, the focus is who they put in front of you is who they put in front of you, right?
Chamizo was the guy that I had to beat for a long time, and Salkasanov just beat him, and I had to beat him last year at the World Championship. So, those aren't two easy outs, and there's always going to be someone good. Those Russians are spreading out, and Iran's got a good team, Georgia's got a good team, and you got to be ready for each one of those guys.
You've achieved so much in this sport. What do you feel like you still struggle with?
Matches are tough, man. You go out and you want to perform your best, but it doesn't always happen, and you just gotta roll with the punches, and don't get discouraged on what you're doing, and trust your coaches, and don't try to jump ship when things get tough.
Kyle, when you're in high school and college, all of us have had that experience. The age difference between the young guys and the oldest guy on the team might be 5 years. Now you're talking about your RTC, where you have a junior world teammate.
Yep.
Except, forget about the physical part, because obviously you can still do that, but their life is so much different than yours.
Yeah.
How do you guys get along? Has that ever become an issue?
I feel like just being in the room keeps me young, and I'm trying to think of the youngest guy we have on our team. I think I'm 14 years older than him, so there's quite a gap there. And obviously I've grown. I got 3 kids. I got a beautiful wife and a wonderful family. So it's a lot different experience from what they're going through. And I try to help them along the way and say, hey, here's where I made mistakes. This is where I think that you could really excel if you decide to take these steps and go through it. And it takes a special type of person to want to go to Cornell, and then it takes a special type of person to be ultra successful at Cornell. And you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. You're gonna have to make some decisions on what you're doing, and you got to be really focused every step of the way.
Yanni was in here an hour ago, whatever, talking about learning from guys like you a year ago. Flip it around. What do you take from him?
Yanni's really creative, and he's very intuitive with positioning, very intuitive with his attacks, his timing of attacks, and I'm trying to help him develop, like, okay, what am I actually doing here? And the hard part is say, hey, don't think about it, just examine it and tell me what's going on, and we'll try to break it down as best we can, and then we'll try to see if we can implement it in other places. Whether it be his inside reach is incredible. Well, what's that timing look like? How can we replicate that timing? What's really going on with your feet? What's really going on with your hips? How is it all actually playing out? And so I love watching him work. And when he gets in the flow and in the zone, and he can really focus on what he's doing. He's not looking around. He's one of the greatest guys to watch in the room. So I'm really excited to have him on the team with me again. It's pretty incredible that he gets to go for a 4th title. He's already made his 2nd world team, senior level world team, and he gets an opportunity to go out and showcase his skill. So there's a lot of things that you can learn from these young kids. Hopefully not too much of the vernacular.
Kyle, word on the street is that you're a pretty ultra competitive guy. Does each world championship excite you more than the last?
Yeah, I just want to, after it's done, I am very competitive, and I try to pull that back. So I retired from spike ball, I retired from soccer, I retired from handball, I retired from ping pong. So I'm like, don't do that. It takes up too much mental energy. So gotta focus. But I love playing games. This past couple weekends ago, I was playing volleyball with my little cousins, and it was a blast. We were just having so much fun.
Did you win?
Oh yeah,
Of course.
yeah, we won. But just trying to scale that mountain it's like if anybody who's climbed Everest more than once, they're gonna be like, well, was it easier this time now you know what I was doing? No, all the conditions are always changing. What are the things you're going through from your health, from your mental standpoint, your life? Who are the guys you're stepping out on the mat against? And it always changes. So it's always something exciting, something new, a new event, a new place, new teammates. You just go out and you try to do your best.
How's your body feel?
Good.
Foot's
better. Yeah. I haven't had a problem with it. I haven't had to take any time off with it, that's a big thing when you get older. And I try to tell these young kids, it's like, hey, you're going to take time off. It's either on your terms or it's on an injury's terms. So you pick when you want to take your time off, and we'll schedule that in. You actually have to take time off. And that was a lesson I had to pick up and learn. So I've done a really good job of maintaining that balance between workload and also recovery for not just day to day, but taking long times off the mat and trying to get hungry again and get back out there.
and less Dake bombs.
Yeah, less Dake bombs. People don't want Dake bombs anymore.
I want Dake bombs every match.
The ref stops it every time. Get close to a Dake bomb, he's blowing the whistle. You better call somebody. This is crazy. I love doing them. They're fun. You just got to go out and wrestle and take what's there. Sometimes earlier in my career, I try to force things, and sometimes I would score, sometimes I get scored on. And it's just being intelligent in those positions, picking your spots, and really going after it.
Do you think that's what happened in Tokyo a little bit? Were you trying to Dake bomb the guy a little bit too much?
Just couldn't play off my foot. That was it.
All right. Well, good luck, man.
Thank you.